Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Zinne. I'm our Chief Customer Officer here at Outreach, and I am a user of Outreach as well. So, Outreach is for CCOs, and let me just I just want to show you a little bit about how I use Outreach and a little bit of the value that we drive as a team. So. As you can see on my screen, I've got up what is our renewal pipeline. So you can see that from the top of the screen here, this is CCO renewal pipeline. We've got all of our existing renewal opportunities, and for us here at Outreach, we manage each renewal as an opportunity. So we're looking at when is that opportunity going to renew? What are the process and activities that support that opportunity? And we're using Outreach to support a lot of the activities that are being executed in that opportunity. Everything from sequencing our users to try and get them into our success programs, to tracking the activity of phone calls, emails from our CSMs, from our sales reps that are selling expansions, and all of the things in between. So lots of activity that we use to support our customers through Outreach. But for me, I'm looking at what is going to close. How is our churn and contraction coming along for the quarter? So you can see here the number of renewals that we've won, the number that we need in order to hit our quota for retention, and then some of the days, the amount that's active or has not yet closed, and then how long is it until our cycle ends. So as a part of every morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to look at what are our top renewal opportunities. And if I happen to have a call with one of those customers, I'm going to dig in and find the details and understand a lot about where that account is. And I can do that right from Outreach without even talking to some of our customer success or sales reps folks. So let's go do that. So I go down here and I can see all of my top renewals here organized by their amount. And you can see here, AKG Consulting Group is our top renewal. And I've got a call with them today. So I really want to understand how that's progressing, what we're doing inside of that account, and some things for me to have a conversation with about these folks to really understand that account. So I'm going to go in here and I can see, again, the renewal, all of the renewal information, what stage we're in. And I can look and I can see the different activities that we've had here from our timeline of activities. And you can see the purple is the different emails and activities that we've had from Outreach folks reaching out to the customer. We can see the AKG information, emails coming back from them, activities and phone calls coming back from them, and I can move around in time as well on this timeline to really understand where that engagement is occurring and how much activity we're having in that account. We can also see the sort of latest recording. So this is all of the information that about a call that has recently occurred with AKG. In this particular case, I can see that it looks like we're actually doing a demonstration. So maybe AKG is up for an expansion here. We're going to try to sell them some additional products. We've got some information about that opportunity that we're working to sell them, what's going well, what's not going well. And then we've got the plan over here. So we've got our success plan, and we're looking at, within our success plan, this is an engagement plan with our renewing customer that really shows the steps of how we go execute that renewal. So let's drill into this call and see what's going on with this account. So we pop into the call recording here, and I can see a lot of information about this last call that's occurred. I can see that we were doing a demonstration. I can go read the sort of TLDR on the call recording, what exactly happened with that particular call. I can also go see the details of that transcript, everything from the highlights, the sentiment, and then actually who said what on the call exactly as they said it, and skip to those those different options. I can also see that down here. You can see Jeremy Dunham, who's a great Outreach employee, has done a lot of talking on this call, but he's left some nice spaces for the customer to have some conversations as well. And then I can jump in and I can start asking questions about the call. So for my call today, I know that I'm going to need to understand what are the next steps from this particular call, and how can I really understand and help that customer. So let's ask it. And now you can see, here's our next steps. So it looks like we've got to schedule an Outreach demonstration with some of our solutions consulting folks. We got to address the security process and provide some information about the security. It is often that we get asked a lot of security questions from our customers. We are one of the most secure platforms, but of course, because of the data that we store in our applications, we have to answer a lot of questions about security. So we're happy to do that. And then also we're going to start the paper process, and we're going to provide some information about some technical integrations that we do with some of our third-party partners as well. So now I feel prepared to go in and have that conversation with that customer and really understand what's going on with this particular call. But I can also dive into our plan and what is our renewal plan with that particular customer. So if I jump in, you can see that like we're 65% of the way through the plan. We've got our success criteria, we've got our resources, and we've got our teams that are supporting this renewal, and we're really focused on understanding what are the next steps in that partnership. And this plan is a plan that we are going to work on with the customer. So we're looking at the different actions that we're going to take with that particular customer. They can see actions and update them. They can come in and get the resources as well. So I'm understanding that we've got to do a security review. We've got to get some contracts and order forms out. We've got a new MSA that we're going to have to process with this particular renewing customer. And then we've, of course, got to get through their procurement process. So we've got each of those details and steps that we've got to go through, and how we're progressing against that, and comments. So again, I found out more detail about this information. I haven't had to have a big meeting with a bunch of staff members and really understand what's going on in this account. I've determined it all from the outreach application. So now I feel super comfortable about jumping in and having that customer conversation with our renewing customer. I can also go look at all of the opportunities that I have that are going through, a renewal and retention. I can see the health score of those opportunities, what's next to do in those opportunities, and then I can dive into them from this sort of organized tabular format. We also run MedPIC as our decision criteria, even with our renewal and retention process. So we've got each of those fields, described up here above. Each of this information is actually, synced back to Salesforce. So I know that I can jump into Salesforce and we'll see some of those activities as well. But again, this gives me a great ability to dive into, different renewals and understand a lot about what's going on within each of those particular accounts. So that's how I start my morning, and that's how I really use outreach in order to determine what's going on in our renewing customers, and then work with the team to figure out how we can better serve our customers and create more programs and support them in ways that will drive our renewals forward.